Well, oh, Canada, indeed, Mr. Ferwerda. It's Adam Melrose here joining you on Canes TV with the coach, Ron Ferwerda, on color commentary today. We got ourselves a little Game 8, final regular season here, coach from the Hammer. And we got, obviously, our hometown Hurricanes taking on the visiting St. Clair Saints.
Yeah, the number 3 nationally ranked St. Clair Saints. They've been rolling over everybody. As you can hear from the headsets, it's quite breezy here today. But again, beautiful day for October. This will be the last home game of the season for the Hurricanes, barring a run in the playoffs that would end up hosting the Canadian Bowl, because again, the Canada Bowl is hosted by the Ontario Conference winner this year, which everybody at this point is kind of pointing towards the Saints as being so. But there's a couple teams out there that are willing to take their shots at them.
Absolutely. Well, coming into this game, your local Hurricanes here, a 1-6. In speaking with most of the coaching staff and the management, not the season Hamilton was looking for. Still some great parts on this team. They're doing well. Just, as they said, some tough competition this year, and coming into this 1-6. The Saints coming down the 401 to the 403 with a 7-0 record. Definitely the powerhouse this season. Talking sort of review here 1-to-1. We've got in the Canes side of things passing 534 total as a team, where a record 1,785 passing yards for the Saints. In the rushing, 623 to 1521. Hamilton definitely winning in the tackle side of things, 207 to 118, but the defense of the Saints doesn't stay on the field that long, Coach. So certainly I think we're poised for a great game today. I think, I've heard that there's been a few change-ups in the starting rosters for Hamilton. Looking at the starting depth chart for the Saints, it looks like all the same old characters on the field, with guys like Soja, Doyle, Marshall, and France, lining up in the starting side of things, where, it's our understanding here that Hamilton might be starting more deeper in the depth to give some guys some valuable reps at this point, because regardless, we're playing in a quarterfinal game next week. So let's keep the guys healthy that we need to keep healthy.
That's exactly the mindset, and that's what we've been told. And we're going to see a lot of unfamiliar names, but, these are opportunities for these players to make plays as well.
Absolutely. Well,
ball gets caught up in the breeze there.
The wind just absolutely hit that one like a brick wall. So looks like St. Kitts Park to return that, really just fall on it. And we're going to get a 1st and 10 for the Saints from about the 34-yard, maybe 33-yard here, Coach, depending on where the referees are standing.
Yeah, 33-yard line is where they're going to end. But again, smart heads-up play by number 8 for the Saints. They're jumping on that ball, because we just saw it just literally hit a wall and it just went straight down.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, starting quarterback still here listed as number 2, Maurice Soja, who is, the numbers we just mentioned in the 1,700 passing yards. Having a look at the head-to-head. We'll talk about this more after this play.
But Soja is in the pistol formation.
Absolutely. Single man. That's, I believe, Doyle Marshall just backing him up there, number 2-4. Soja's going to have a look. Field side, steps up. Does get rid of it. It was looking for number 88 here, Coach. So looks like Riley Segriff incomplete. So 2nd and 10.
Well, I think they're looking for a shot downfield. As you kind of see the mesh route. Yeah, and he slipped out of his break there, and he was open. So as we see the two coverages fall back and go with the go post, but unfortunately wasn't able to. Good pressure by Hamilton, and really, this is one of the things with Soja is you want to keep him in the pocket. He is really, really dangerous with his arm and his feet. Allowing him to buy time is going to be a problem.
Absolutely, Soldier rolling out
Good
field
job.
side, gets up,
You gotta wrap that up. Gotta wrap
One
that
more
up.
man to make the play. 94 just misses this. We got a block downfield here right now. Gets pancaked about the 41-yard line here, and Soldier's just going for a run, and he's going to make the first house call of the St. Clair Saints here at the Hammer today, Coach. No contain on the backside is going to result in a plus 50 yards rushing touchdown here for St. Clair.
Yeah, good, just really good scramble. They had him. They had him dead to rights, and they had their hands on him. Story of Hamilton this year, is just too many hand tackles, too many reaching. You got to wrap that up. You got to get a little bit tighter in there, and Soja just goes for a scamper. Looked very nonchalant on his behalf, but he's just a very, very dynamic athlete.
Absolutely, and it's when you're coaching these guys at any age, it's if you've got the time to make that reach, you could have taken 2 more steps and had your body on him. So PAT is going to be good. That's going to be a rushing touchdown for Soja, and that'll make it 7-0 for the visiting St. Clair Saints.
And St. Clair wanted the ball to start this first half. So, Hamilton is going to get the ball in the second half to start, but I think that they wanted to have their offense come out, their starting offense come out for a drive or two. Hey, look, everything's already been set.
Yeah.
We already know the hometown Hurricanes are going to be on the road next weekend to Ottawa. We know St. Clair and London have their byes, and we also know that Quinte is going to be hosting GTA. Now, where it gets interesting is most likely the winner between the Ottawa and Hamilton game next weekend will have to go and play the Saints again.
Right. So it looks like 28 and I believe 80 back to return for Hamilton. So that's going to be Maraca. And we'll double check the number that it's actually heading out to, which I still believe is 80, and who makes a couple men miss here, breaks through, is going to go out of bounds here at about the 40-yard line. So 1st and 10 Canes, we'll see who's going to hit the field, and maybe let's have a look at the starting offense that at least was on paper, and we found out once we got here a little bit of difference. So Atwell and Maraca, who've been sort of that 1-2 punch at the quarterback, running back side of things all year. Hicks, Siderius, Mischione, Marchesano, Horncastle, whose names we've all said plenty as well. And then on the O-line, big shout out to Hampson, Weinert, Gallant, Don, and Gillespie. So again, we were told pre-game that after the graphics were made that there was a bit of a change-up. So we'll see.
Number 17 is starting.
So number 17 for Hamilton is going to be Ethan Robertson, who we've seen late in a few games for Hamilton. Robertson's going to have a look boundary, and this one gets picked at the 51-yard line by number 15 for St. Clair, who's brought down back about the midfield. So that's Tylen Davis with the pick, and St. Clair going back to work.
And it's just a little bit high pass. This is he's a really tall quarterback. He has a really high release point. I know he's trying to power through that wind, which is in his face at this point. So just a little bit of an overshot. It's going to be an adjustments coming, but good return by the St. Clair Saints, and tackle made by Lord Anton, I believe.
Yeah, well, and we've talked about it in the past too. The weather's beautiful today, but look at the flags in the far end here. It is normally, those are blowing, but the ones here on the uprights aren't. We are like almost straight 90 degrees from usual here. So Soja sending 3 men in motion is going to get this to Doyle. Marshall takes it right up the boundary, actually middle, but skips out to the boundary. Makes 1, 2, 3 men miss. Finally goes out at about the 25-yard, and we got a flag on the far side here, Coach.
A flag on the far side. I believe it's a holding call. It's coming back here, I believe, but it's going to be after yards gained or not. The other thing is it could have been a hard tackle as well. So I thought it was a hold from where it was, but the referees are indicating this is going against Hamilton.
Right. Well, and it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month is always the month of October here, Coach. And normally we see the kids in pink socks and pink bands. We've got pink flags on the field today.
I like that,
which is pretty cool. So, hats off to the refs and obviously everybody, creating awareness. So here we go. The Saints are going to get this at the 10-yard line here, Coach. 12:35 on the clock, and all the same old starting St. Clair Saints getting ready to do this. And like you said, right, for St. Clair, maybe the mode today is let's get a couple scores up. Let's make sure we have a nice, comfortable lead, and then start rolling this giant bench that they've got here. So we're going to give this to number 8. 8's going to walk in right at underneath the uprights, and that's going to be a touchdown for Cameron St. Kitts Park of the St. Clair Saints for 6 more on the board.
Yeah, it's a jet sweep with a lead on there. So it's a very unique design. You don't usually see a double jet coming in there, and they give it to the second man. It allows the first man to do the kick-out block. You step inside of it and just cut up, and away we go.
Well, so 82 out to kick this PAT is Jack Lewis, and that one was successful. So we got a 14-0 ball game here, Coach, and we'll get to see the kickoff receive team for Hamilton come back and go to work.
Well, they did a good job returning that last one.
Yeah. So 86 was the other guy.
Yeah.
So Aiden Gago, who we did see returning a fair bit, and it is Maraca on the other side. So both very, very powerful guys who can run the rock. So we should be good to get a little bit of yardage here. So as we get set up here from the Hammer, again, all the streams this year being sponsored by AIM Recycling, the title sponsor here for the Hurricanes, but a plethora of sponsors and support for this team here in Hamilton. Of course, we're here at the Hammer. It's a beautiful facility, and that doesn't happen without all the wonderful sponsors that supply the Canes with a little bit of fundage every year and a deep kick. It's going to bounce into the end zone. Maraca's got it. It's got to get this one out, and just doesn't, so
should be a Rouge, yeah, and they're marking the Rouge.
Yeah, so Rouge.
So that's, to be honest with you, I'd rather give up the Rouge in that instance, give up the single point.
Then take it on the 1 yard line?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the last thing you want is that opportunity there. So the ball's coming all the way out to the 30-yard line. It'll be first down for the Hurricanes. And let's settle things down. Let's maybe get a one play or two. Let's get some first downs and let's get some positive momentum and see if we can't settle down some of these young players who are getting their first start. A lot of these kids, settle down the nerves. Let's just settle the nerves down and let's get some positive things happening out there.
Absolutely. Hamilton in a 2-by-2. Robertson at the helm's going to give this one away. And our running back is number 23, I believe.
Yes,
and that's
sir.
going to be Ben Hustle. And brought down after a short gain. Maybe just trying to see where they're marking this.
A loss of about 2 or 3 on that.
Okay.
That was big number 93 coming through from the one tech position, coming through and just defeating the center block. And again, you've got new guys up there, and they're teeing off on them a little bit.
Yep, pressure coming up the middle. We're going to give this to Gago, who is also tackled for a loss in the backfield. And that'll bring up probably third down here, yes, and the punt team.
So I believe that was Sinos, the ball carrier on that last one, 26.
Oh, it was 26, yep. Get my 2s and 8s sorted here, Coach.
So Sinos with a loss of about 3 and a quick 2 and out for our Hurricanes, and the Saints are going to be getting the ball back. It'll be interesting to see where they're going to line up with this punt, with this wind blowing. It's probably going to get to midfield maybe.
Yeah, and it is, that's an understatement. It is absolutely blowing. I'm surprised the mics aren't picking it up more. But so back to punt this, yes, is Mr. Nold, who we've talked about a fair bit this season so far.
Couple onside men, different formation for the Canes.
Yeah. Who one of them was ahead of the ball, unfortunately, but it looks like 10's going to return this for St. Clair. He's getting it up at the 50, crosses midfield, and he is gone. And that's number 10, Ty Colquhoun for the visiting St. Clair Saints.
So good job catching it in the air. We talk about it all the time, how catching it in the air with speed, but this is all set up on the edge. You don't quite see it right there, just about the 52-yard line. There's a great block to take the contained man out of the picture, took him out of bounds, and then there is no backfill, unfortunately, for our Canes.
Yeah.
And real quick in this game, just under 5 minutes left, or 5 minutes gone in the first quarter, and the Saints are going to be up 21-0.
Yeah, and I thought that was about to bounce out of bounds, actually, the way it was going, but just the angle we're at here.
That's the wind.
So 6+1 on that one, Coach. That'll bring us up to 22-0 here at 10:15 in the first quarter.
So let's work on one thing at a time.
Yep.
And the thing that we're going to be working on right now is our kick return.
Yeah, absolutely. And the special team's going to get a bit of a workout today, Coach.
And it's like let's talk about the realistic things that are happening and everything. Like St. Clair is number 1 in the province, number 3 nationally overall, and Hamilton was going to be in for a long day at the best times, but turning around and not dressing or starting, most of your top players in this game, that says a lot. But I understand the philosophy and I agree with it. This is a nothing game for really either team. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. Like I said, the division opponents have already been met or have already been established for next week. So let's get everybody healthy. Let's get everybody on the bus. Let's get them to Ottawa, and let's have a good game in Ottawa. Because remember, 2 weeks ago when we did that Ottawa game, the final score was 20-2, but that was a lot closer of a game.
Oh, yeah. Very physical game, too.
Yes. And that was, of all the games this year, that was probably the best one that we've seen from Hamilton.
Yeah. Gago on the return. Makes about 3 guys miss. Is finally brought down here, Coach, about the 23-yard line. So Hamilton going back to work. Looks like the same crew that just hit the field.
Yeah.
And, obviously we had the head-to-head stats for Atwell hitting the field, but maybe we'll, I wish I'd had graphics ready for Robertson. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, Atwell is being out for a couple of weeks now.
Saw that.
So, and I by the sounds of things, it was his knee, and I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's coming back this year at this point. And I believe he was actually a senior as well. So that unfortunate way to end his Hurricane career.
Yeah, little double tight wishbone look here, Coach. And we got Robertson sending a man out. 23's leaking note. We're going to go right across the middle. We almost had Lord Anto, but really good coverage from the St. Clair unit here and shutting that down right away.
I thought he got there a little early. He climbed over the back of him. And I thought there was a little bit of contact in there. Unfortunately, there wasn't. And substitutions being made by the Hurricanes. Let's see what we've got at 2nd and 10 here.
Yeah, well, and funny, even, you mentioned about taking the trip down to Ottawa. We're between the two beefs in Ottawa yesterday. Well, more on that thought in a second on what we kept hearing from the two sidelines. So 3-by-1 set here for Hamilton. 2 men in motion. We're going to have a look boundary. That one's just, I'm thinking, was aimed for Sinos.
Yeah, you're trying. You've got a double runoff happening here, and you've got that leaker, the H leak coming out of the flats there, and St. Clair did a good job of recognizing it. They also did a good job of redirecting a couple of the receivers out there, so they were able to come downhill. If you're going to run that, your outside receivers, you really got to go like 100 miles an hour to go up there and push that through.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I thought we were starting there too yesterday. We're on the field right between the Ottawa bench and the London bench.
That's always fun.
Yeah, every coach yelling, "We don't want to go to Ottawa." And the other guys going, "We don't want to come back to London because it's an 8-hour travel day." Right.
Well, congratulations, Ottawa. You're not going back to London.
Yeah.
If you beat Hamilton next week, you're going to Windsor.
All right. So
which is not an 8-hour bus ride. It's a 10-hour bus ride.
So Nolt is going to concede this one for 2 points.
8:27 left in the first quarter. 24 the Saints. No score Hamilton. Hamilton's going to take the ball at the 35-yard line.
Well, and it's funny you talk about the travel time too.
Yes, Saints are going to get the ball at the 35-yard line. Sorry.
Yeah. Just wait till next year when the Sault Ste. Marie team gets involved.
Yeah.
And you imagine going from Ottawa across to the Sioux, or I mean.
That's actually, but that's not as bad.
Oh, because you're going to go across the north,
you're just going to go up top there. And
interesting.
The team that actually has the worst draw to that is Hamilton.
Yeah.
Because you have to go all the way to Windsor, up through Michigan to get to the Sioux, or do you take that long ride around the lake?
Well, how many of you guys on your roster can cross the border is another question here now, too, right? So let's talk St. Clair Saints. 3-by-2 look right now. 2 guys going across in motion. Almost gives it off fake to number 8, but and the ball's out. We're going to dive on this.
There you go.
Saints ball. Nice.
Okay, call me out number 1 for our Hurricanes there.
It's Justin Tiffany.
Justin Tiffany does a good job. Watch him coming off the edge. Recognize it right away. Causes the fumble. Hits number 24 in the backfield. Causes the fumble. I missed who actually picked it up.
I want to say it ended in a 6. I don't know if we get it in the replay, but
Okay, but this is what this is what I want to see. I understand. Okay,
big dog hitting the ground. Sorry, I'm going to cut you off, Coach.
Yeah, that's okay. I understand the Saints are who they are. Okay,
Yep.
I get that, but I like the fact that you're going out there and I want to see the effort. This is what I want to see.
Oh, Robertson had a man downfield. Now he's going to be brought down at about the 45-yard line.
Well, the man downfield was actually tripped.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it looked Marchesano had room in double coverage, but it was kind of there. But yeah, all of a sudden we got pressure and bodies entering the space, so not able to get that one off. But everybody probably a little hype from running back out. And a nice big play. The D lineman that jumped on it, we know your number ended in 6. Hats off to you, brother. And good effort.
Good, smart
And
heads-up football.
Way to not try and just pick it up, too,
Yes,
because most times
don't.
everybody wants to be a hero. Just
Don't do that. That's bad.
yeah,
Bad things
fall
happen.
on it 2 by 2. 2 guys in motion. We're going to give this one to Hustle. Hustle's going to break this one to the outside. Nice
Good.
big run.
There you go.
Basically gets back just shy of the line of scrimmage
Okay,
here.
but I like this is what I want to see. I want to see effort, and I want to see them. Hey, look, we're here to play.
Heck
We're here
yeah.
to play. These guys, a lot of these guys, this is the first opportunities to really get significant playing time. It may be their last opportunity to get significant playing time this year.
Correct.
So and with the ball where it is, I like the decision.
Yeah.
I like the decision as well. Let's get a first down. Let's see if we can get something going here.
Well, yeah. Do you risk, maybe getting a rouge or this getting returned for 110 yards? So Robertson's rolling out. Is able to evade. He's going to get the sideline, and that'll turn the ball over.
Yeah, but there's a flag way downfield. I think he's going to have illegal contact or a hold here.
Up top.
Yeah.
Oh, right there,
Yeah.
maybe between 27 and Marchesano.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe this is going to be a 10-yard penalty. I believe it's going to be a first down for the Hurricanes.
Let's get the white hat and see what he's saying.
They're definitely, St. Clair people the players are pointing, going, "What do you mean? It's pass interference? What do you mean?" Yeah, he was absolutely mugged at the top of the
All
round.
right, first down, Canes. Let's go. We're rolling, baby. So
I'm telling you right now, they're going to bring a blitz because they do not. I'm telling you that this team does not want to give up a point, and they're going to bring the absolute house on these next couple of plays.
Yeah, as a team that's only been scored on 24 total points all season, I understand wanting to respect that. Coach Melrose doesn't like anything but a 0 on that board too. So, well, here we go. So Robertson, same boys in the backfield, 2 by 2 set for Hamilton. 1st and 10 from the 2019.
Showing blitz, and
Robertson
here they come.
gives it to Hustle. Hustle gets through. Gets about 3 yards on that, Coach.
Yep, good gain off the right hand side, just a little off tackle. It's not even a power or anything else. It's just a straight off tackle, and good job of getting about 3 yards on that. 2nd down and 7. I really want the Hurricanes to get one on the board here.
Well, I mean,
nothing's going to make this broadcaster happier.
Absolutely. We were just talking about Ottawa too, and like the team that put the most amount of points up against them was Ottawa, 40-10 in their meet. And obviously that
was last week, and that was a chippy game.
Yeah, same look. 1-2 men in motion. We're gonna give this one to 89. He's gonna take this to the far side of the field. He's trying to cut up. He's getting really, really good contained.
Yeah,
and
good job there. I think
Pereira,
that's
Robbie.
21.
Yeah. And 21 for the Saints comes across. That's Gammy Kazadi.
Yeah. So again, just we're seeing the field goal unit coming on for the Hurricanes. This is not an easy kick. Okay, this is 28-yard kick. Okay, left hash mark, but it's also into that wind. This is a difficult kick. Might we have a graphic coming? I'm not saying.
Hard maybe into the wind here, Coach.
This is tough.
So is this Nold on the field goal too?
Snap is down. The kick is away. And it is. It is
Let's
good.
go.
There we go.
Ron, it's happening.
It's happening. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time this year on a Hurricanes broadcast, as a former kicker, I'm telling you, kickers are people too. You've got to have a kicker in the Canadian game. Great job driving that ball. What I really liked about that is he drove the ball through. He didn't have, a lot of times as a kicker, you want to get that ball up quick, and it tends to pop up in the air.
Yep.
I like how he drove the ball through the wind, and it was a good, that's a solid kick. And Windsor, all of a sudden now, rather than taking the ball to the 35-yard line, they're going, no, we kicked the ball to us again.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, substitutions are happening on the kickoff and the kick return as well. So you've got different guys going into different spots here.
Yeah, absolutely. And hey, positive on the board. The zero's gone for Hamilton. There was just, you get that nice air about a drive.
They're going to be mad about that.
Absolutely.
They're going to be furious about
Absolutely. Well, welcome to the Hammer, baby. Here we go. Nold barking out. Left side, right side ready. Let's get rid of it. Nice deep punt here. The wind slows that one down, too. That one's going to be fielded at about the 25-yard line for number 14. 14 cutting up the middle. He's got one more man to beat. That's Nold, who almost always got big man coming in.
Extracurricular happening up there, too.
84 comes in to shut this down and save it, and we've got flags back at midfield. 84, Matt Gormley, listed as a receiver, for Hamilton. Man, did he turn the absolute wheels on. He's coming from the far side here, top of your screen, middle right now.
Yep.
Closes all the way in. Look at the fifth gear he found there, Coach.
Okay.
Now, you could have got a bit of a horse collar on that, but hey, we'll take the effort, sir. What was the call in the middle? I missed it.
So there was some extracurricular activity happening. I'm going to leave the numbers out of it because I know the number.
Did it rhyme with 5?
Yeah, you're darn right it did. It also rhymed with idiot.
Oh.
But now it's for, those are, you can't go into business for yourself no matter how much look, I understand you're getting ragdolled a little bit out there. You're going up against someone who's like 70, 80 pounds heavier than you. And yes, he's taking some liberties out there. You can't get that last shot in.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
Doyle Marshall's going to walk this one in to the right side, and that'll be 6 more on the board for the visiting Saints, who we just said didn't like getting scored on, so something was coming out fast.
Yeah. So it's just it's an attitude thing, and I get it, but do we get the drinking game going early today?
I'd say
maintain your composure.
Yeah, if you've been joining us all season, we're going to go composure counter here, Coach, and that'll be you said it and I said it, so that's 2 on the day.
Okay, but it wasn't me. I tend to abuse that word.
Yeah.
But it needed to be.
All right, so it starts now. The counter restarts. We got to give a composure counter to graphics man Simon, so he can look after that. So 6 plus 1, we're 31-3 with 4:04 here in your first quarter, and it obviously we got almost just a little over 3/4 of ball. It's been an absolute pleasure broadcasting from here. If you've never had a chance to come for a Ticats game, definitely come for a Hurricanes game if you're in the area. We appreciate you watching the stream, but if you could come down here, it's a beautiful stadium. We're right in the middle of suburbia Hamilton, and just a beautiful view to both ends. And they've just done a great job of setting up a beautiful facility here in Hamilton. So we're going to get back into it now here, Coach. Kickoff, St. Clair. And we'll see how our kickoff return team fares. And we got a whistle, maybe somebody offside, or they didn't, hadn't started.
Off the tee.
Okay.
Ball blew off the tee.
Wind delay.
Which is what it's going to happen now. Here's the thing. If it happens again, you must bring somebody in there to hold it.
Oh, old school. Holders are people too, Coach.
No, they're not. Kickers are. Punters are not kickers.
I love that we got the kickers are people too. Here we go. Maraca gets it out of the end zone. Carrying it up the middle. Cuts through. Beautiful. Get going, baby.
There you go.
Good. Gets it up to about
return.
the 30-yard line. Pumped up right now.
This is what I want to. This is what I want to see. Okay. This is exactly what I want to see. I want to see the enthusiasm, and I want to see the effort being put into this game. This is not a mail it in. St. Clair may think it's a mail it in game, but Hamilton, you've got things that you to work on, and you've got to be able to do those things. So let's get ourselves together again. Let's keep driving. Let's keep doing what we're doing, and let's go out there and let's put a drive together.
Absolutely. So here we go. Robertson, same look that we saw before, 2x2. Pereira in motion. We got another man in motion. It's a high snap. Hustle's going to save it, but then he's going to get tackled about 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage here, Coach.
Yeah, a little bit of a high snap coming up there right off the middle there. right off the fingertips of the quarterback, straight back, and loss of, we're going to say it's about 12 yards on that. So we're going to have second down and about 22, I'd say.
Yep, I think you'd be accurate in saying that, sir. 22, 21, somewhere in that neighborhood. And we'll just go right back to work here. Second.
So 2x2, offset H as well. So almost a 3x2 to the field.
Yeah, Robertson having a look across the middle, and he was looking for 85, and that was a little underthrown. So Marchesano was the target, and that'll bring out the punt team.
Yeah, so do you give up the deuce here? Probably not. You probably kick it. The wind has seemed to have died down a little bit now as well. So
smart time to go. You know, it's funny actually. I was here for a Bombers Ticats game on Friday, and we stopped at the subway on the way home, and I saw one of the linemen in his Hurricane shorts, and in front of me in line, and I think I caught him off guard. I said, "Hey man, you play for the Hurricanes?" He's like, "How'd you know that?" And I was like, I'm a huge fan. And he's like, "There's no way, man." He's like, "There's no way you know who I am." And I was like, "Honestly, it's because you had the shorts on, dude." He's like, "Oh yeah, okay, sorry." But nice guy. I had a little chat with him. So yeah, we are going to give up the deuce on this one.
Yeah. So 33-3, 2:20 left to go in the first quarter. So St. Clair will take the ball at the 35-yard line, and Hamilton's defense, which is played, they're playing scrappy ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want. The score is what it is. I don't care about the score. I want to see you guys play a scrappy ball and establish an identity. Let's make some positive things happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I happen to really like, Ben Hustles. He's running the rock, man. We've seen a couple of nice cuts here, a little outside run, and he's been successful. So it's, we're moving it. Obviously the high snap you can help that by snapping lower, but
I gotta say at this point, I'm surprised to see a couple of the starters still out there.
Yeah, 87 coming across in motion to make it 3x2 for St. Clair. 1, 2, 3 men in motion. Soja having a look in boundary across the middle. He's got 8 in the open. Who makes one cut, makes his man miss. He's going to take this one to the house. He's got number 32 in trail. So Sean Hustle, brother to Ben, I believe, tried to make the play there, but that's going to be one cut and go. So that's St. Kitts Park. Number 8, yes it is, and that'll be another passing touchdown here, Coach, for about 55 yards.
Well, from the 35.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a 35-yard. It's, it ends up being a 70-yard pass by the time you're done on all that.
All right, so 82 out here to take the chip shot for St. Clair. That's Jack Lewis. That one is successful, so we should have a 40-3 game for the visiting Saints.
40-3. Let's see what the offense can come out with. Again, we're going to be working on a few things today.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the kick return is going to be the thing that's getting the most work so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I like what they've done. They've been a skip away from breaking this a couple times now.
Yeah.
And this is being kicked into the wind as well. So in another minute 50, you're going to flip the ends, and St. Clair has to deal with that wind, and Hamilton's got a little bit of that of the advantage of the wind at your back then.
Yep, Maraca Gago back to return these. This kick, rather.
I'd back up even more. It's been in the end zone every time.
Wind's coming again. Oh, 10 little, I thought it was late substitution here. 10 coming in for the Canes.
There's some other substitutions that were supposed to happen, but they aren't right now.
All right, this one. All right, so we're going to get Gago on the return. Yeah. Maraca leading out front for him, and he is brought down by number 51 of the Saints, and that'll be tackled by Shane Nelson. And we're back 1st and 10 for your Hamilton Hurricanes.
So Hamilton's got the ball at the 23-yard line, 1st and 10. We got a field goal on the last drive. Let's see if we can get a little bit going again. I like that they're running the offense. This is kind of what we're doing here, and I know you're not going to turn around and rewrite your whole offense in a week's notice, but I like that, look, this is what we're doing, and we're going to do it.
Yep, Ben
We're gonna be
Hustle up the
successful
middle.
doing it. Good job.
Very good, about 3 yards on that carry.
Solid job. And this is why a couple things getting up slow there. This is why you got to look at the score, look at the clock, and go, okay, that's enough of that. You can't afford to have injuries, and an injury that looks like fairly easy, or an ejection. Now, keep in mind there was a couple players ejected from the Ottawa game when these guys played. Ejections are it follows to the next game, so it's next game that you play.
Yeah, so you missed the rest of yours and the following. We're going to send Gormley in motion. Robertson having a look up top. Yep, he's got his man. Bobbles it a bit. Finally gets it pulled in. And probably 4 to 5 yard gain on that, Coach. So this should be third and about 2 or 3.
Yeah, third and about 3 here, I'm going to say. No, it's going to be about 3rd and 1.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that I guess the spot was on referee 23 down here then, because the guys up top definitely didn't have that. So going for it. I like it.
Yep.
It's a real Dan Campbell move here, Coach.
How'd that work out for Campbell a couple weeks ago?
I said it's the move. I didn't say it's always successful. All right, Robertson, 2x2 for Hamilton. 2 men in motion. We're going to give it to Hustle. Hustle's going to get to the edge, but that's not going to be enough. He's brought down by 37 and 47.
97, 47.
All the
37s.
sevens. And that's the end of the first year, Coach. So 40-3 for the visiting Saints. Positive points on the board for Hamilton, though. We got a Ron for Werda. Kickers are people, too. Badge on the screen for our man Nold. So, there's always a little bit of light here, Coach.
There's always positives that happen in a game. And there's been a few positives that's happened for the Hamilton Hurricanes. Again, I tell you, I'm really, really surprised with St. Clair still rolling out their starters at this point. I get it. You got a bye week, but man, the last thing you need is an injury to a key player, because that tanks your season.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Clock's winding down. Second quarter from the Hammer. You're watching Canes TV on the CJFL TV app. Appreciate you joining us today. We've got the visiting Saints going back to work here, Coach. Soja in a 2x3 set. One man coming across in motion to make it 3x2. Doyle Marshall in the backfield. We're going to look boundary. We've got St. Kitts Park wide open. Or no, checked. I think that's number 6.
Number 6 is the receiver. It was
number 6.
That,
so that's going to be Darius France, who coming into this game was the leading receiver with 382 yards for the Saints, 21 completions to him. So that'll move the chains, and we'll have a first down here from about the 17-yard line.
Same look, 3 to the boundary, 2 to the field. Let's see if they motion across again.
I bet you see them give it to Doyle Marshall here. So we get the motion, which we did before, because they're looking to see how they bite on it. Safety's rolling over with them. And we're going to look field this time. We find our man that's a knee down. That's 87 completion, though. And that's going to be Alex McClelland for the St. Clair Saints. That should bring up about a 2nd and 5.
Tackle made by number 54 for Hurricanes.
54 for the Canes. Shout out Mr. Lavoie, Asher. And
so it's good calling some of these guys that we haven't called this year. So some of their names.
All right, here we go. So 3 to the boundary again. Maybe they're looking for that shot up top, but he likes France. He likes hitting St. Kitts. 87 going in motion again to make this 2x3. And so just looking boundary. He's got his man. Yep, that's France, who is tackled. Yep, at about the 1 yard line. And it looks like that's number 25 for Hamilton on the tackle.
Yeah.
And that's going to be Luke Todoric. So great effort just making sure this doesn't go into the end zone here. He's got a friend here, too, in the guy on the bottom who made the initial contact. We didn't get his number, but it was the DB on the side. I think it was number 1, which is Tiffany.
Yeah, I think it was number 1 as well. Yeah. And we said his name earlier. He was the one that caused that fumble.
Yeah, definitely. So Todoric and Tiffany on this side, it would make sense they're doubling up on him. All right, here we go. We're going to send 3 guys into the boundary again for the St. Clair Saints. 88 and 10 up top. And we still have Doyle Marshall ready to rock and roll, first and goal. we go. 3 men in motion. We're still looking at that boundary. Looking for St. Kitts Park. Just a little too high on that pass, but covered up pretty nicely, too, by Sean Hustle.
Yeah, what they're doing there is they're running a outside post, and they're running the out. And if, again, another thing that you've heard us ad nauseum, the out is one of the hardest routes to cover in the Canadian game due to the length of the field and everything else and the width. So it's so hard when you're used to playing inside. If you can bring a third guy over, that's usually bumping a guy outside of the box to account for it. And then to run the out, that's so hard to do.
Yeah, well, we flipped our receiver set, too. We've got France and St. Kitts up top now, so we're just going to keep this one. He's got Doro Marshall out front to block, and he's going to take this one in for another touchdown for St. Clair.
So it's just no penetration, no contain on the far side there. He was just the defensive end was being double teamed and just pushed downfield. But St. Clair on the board again. 11:38 left to go.
And we'll bring out Mr. Lewis, I believe it was, Jack Lewis for the chip shot. Okay.
Snap is down. The kick is away. It is good. 47-3.
Well, what I liked about that last defensive series for Hamilton is, it took them a while to score, right? So we've got a couple of nice plays, some good tackling going on here, Coach. Some great coverage over here as well. Nice prevent on that pass. So the boys are still working. They haven't just laid down on this one yet. So Gago and Maraca back to return this.
Now, with the wind, now they've made the adjustment, so now they're standing on the 15-yard line again, just because of that wind factor that we've had in this game.
Yeah, smart move for sure. When we've been watching these kickoffs and punts basically just get caught up in a wind wall. 47-3, 11:38. Clock will start winding once this one's caught. There it is again, getting caught up in the wind.
Kick, getting caught up, waiting for the coverage to get downfield.
Maraca on the reception. It's going to get it up to about 32, 33-yard line. And let's bring out our Canes offense once again here, Coach. Looks like a lot of the same characters we've seen so far today. And again, names that we haven't had a chance to call out most of the rest of the season with Pereira and Gormley and guys like, even Lord Anto getting back into the mix a little bit here too.
It's good to see him back, because he's a really good physical receiver, and I'd like to see him get the ball in his hand. And we're starting to see a few substitutions happening on the St. Clair defense now.
Yeah. I think the cushion they need is there. So Wishbone. 2x2. We're going to give this off to Hustle. Hustle's going to get a couple of yards. I'll break up a second down for your Canes.
Yes.
Oh, no, that's Sinos. Check that. 26.
So Sinos?
Yep.
Attaboy, Chico. Gaining one on that. Just the inside. Just trying the inside power. And following his blocks and just really good penetration by St. Clair. Like to see him finish that leg drive a little bit more, Maybe hit the gym, work on some squats a little bit more there in the offseason there, Justice.
These boys love going to the gym. What are you talking about? So here we go.
He actually is a little bit of a workout warrior.
I think with a wing here to the field side, or the boundary side, rather. We're going to get this to Pereira. Pereira getting some positive yards.
There you go.
Gets out at about the 40.
Good job.
But they marked it way back on the far side, but they're going to fix 23's got it.
Yeah, 23's got it. The ball's at the 41-yard line. So you're going to have a third down and about two.
Great job.
See, but that's what I like. Let's get the ball in our playmakers' hands. Let's make a play here and there. And that's what you're trying to do. That's what you want to do.
All right, there we go. PA announcer doing a great job getting everybody rolling here. So under center for Robertson, who's going to hand this one off to, I believe, Hustle.
Not going to get there.
Sino's at the fully. So then we're going to turn over on downs. And this will bring the St. Clair Saints offense back out at about the 42-yard line.
Let's see if they make some substitutions on offense. New quarterback, I believe, coming in for number 1 here. Yeah.
So that's Matthew Gwinnett. coming in for the St. Clair Saints.
He's in there. I just don't know what position he's in. Yeah, he's in that quarter. He's in that queue.
Yeah, so still Ty Colhoun out on the field. Looks like Segriff is still out on the field at receiver. St. Kitts Park and France are still in the mix too. So 87 in motion again, making it a 2x3. We're going to give this to Doyle Marshall. Marshall's up the middle. Gets brought down by number 50 of your Hamilton Hurricanes, and that's going to be Marlon McPherson. But we're going to move the chains.
Well, they recognized it, and after that motion, they absolutely blitz the outside linebacker. Hamilton does, trying to get him in the backfield, but Doyle's a heck of a ball player and gets there a little bit before the extra defender can pick that up.
Yep. Gwinnett's going to give this to Doyle Marshall again, who just gets past the containment, spins off another guy, and is finally brought down. Looks like 92 in the mix on that tackle, which is Teon Corcho of the Hamilton Hurricanes. 2 or 3 other guys in the mix on that tackle, too.
Just that outside zone play, and again, just the speed and patience that he has. It does a really good job of picking that seam. Gain of 6 on that, we're going to call it, and second down and about 4.
Well, Gwinnett having a quick chat with Marshall pre-snap.
So this is interesting. They've got a 3 stack. Look for 1 to break out, 1 to break high.
Little bunch.
Yeah.
Well, right back to Doyle Marshall. So
wrap up. We got to wrap up.
Lost our contain. We're tackled here by number 32 on the outside, Sean Hustle.
We had him in the backfield.
Yeah.
Had him in the backfield.
Yeah.
We got to wrap those up.
I'm seeing a lot of guys are, they're in
the right spots. It just
the contain's
finish.
there. I'm just seeing DNs with their eyes down. If you're looking at the grass, you can't make a play, right? So we definitely need to keep our eyes up here, boys. So same look again. 3x2, widen it out a little bit, and Gwinnett's going to have a look boundary. He's got France. France gets through the first tackle and then just hits the body of Justin Tiffany, and that's going to be probably a 2nd and 2.
I think it's going to be 1st and goal, actually. No, you're right. My apologies, Miss Melrose.
It's all good, man.
We'll call it 2nd and 1 here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so it's not because it was at about the 4 over here, but it was the down marker for the first down is at the 2. So I got you. All right, here we go. New guy in the mix here, 86 for St. Clair as well, too, as we give this to Doyle Marshall. He goes up the middle, and that'll be a touchdown at 6:32. Hearing some quick whistles. Nope, no flags. Touchdown, St. Clair.
So just that inside zone again, that power that they have a lot of success doing, following his blocks, and it's it is what it is. You try to stay positive in moments like this, but I don't want to see any cheap, stupid penalties. That's going to be that's what we is a big key here.
Yeah, and we haven't seen a whole lot of chippiness just yet. But hey, let's hope that they can.
Because we're keeping 5 on the bench.
They can keep the attitudes. Check his number 5's on the bench. I believe his last name rhymes with word.
Yeah. He might.
I don't know where. I mean, you're an absolute gem of a human being to be around, Coach. So I don't know where that boy of yours gets the attitude.
I'm a complete ray of sunshine. Ask Mr. Cantor what it's like to deal with me.
Mr. Cantor, we're just making him, mentally strong with the daily abrasiveness that Mr. Cantor gets from you, Ron. So.
And Dad's going to call CSA on me.
I love it.
Days.
I love it. Mr. Cantor obviously being our fantastic graphics guy here on the crew for Canes TV. Want to shout out Mr. Lawson on the camera, too, getting some great shots for you today here at the Hammer, Tim Hortons Field. And,
you know what? All joking aside, these guys do a great job, and we can't do a lot of what we do without the support of these extra guys.
Any numbskulls can stand up and talk about football for 3 hours. Pushing all these buttons and things, making it fancy is the tough part. So we get a return here. I think that might have been Siderius, actually.
86?
Oh, no, it was Gago. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, it looked like an 8 for a minute. So we're going to scrimmage here from the 25, 26-yard line. So Hamilton sent it out. Looks like Robertson again at
Well, I
the
think
queue.
the plan is to have him, get as much in today as
I
possible.
mean, Golub is the only other one, or Golub is the only other one listed as a queue, and we've got a Hamilton player down at about the 46-yard line being attended to by the medical staff and head coach.
4 or 41, I can't tell.
Starts with a 4.
41.
41 on the chart here. Well, that'd be probably a special teams player.
Yeah.
So 41 is Jack Cherwadi, listed here as a D lineman. So looks like they're just looking at his leg right now. Training staff doing a good job.
Yeah, the trainers for both these teams do an outstanding job. I was talking to somebody yesterday at a different event, and he was talking about I'm young enough where I still think I can play, but it's been a few years since I have played. What are my options? Well, boys in black and white are always looking for people.
Yep.
Training staffs. Heaven forbid, I don't recommend it. Try coaching.
Yeah. I don't know why you'd say that, Ron. It's the highlight of our year all the time, especially when it takes up another 60 hours over top of your 40-hour work week. It's true. And, even the PA announcer here when we first got here to Hamilton was making reference to we can't, legally speaking, have these games without the men in the stripes. So Robertson, as we continue that thought, hits number 85 for your Hamilton Hurricanes. So it's a nice connection to Marchesano, and that'll bring up a second down. So nice clean connection here in coverage.
Yeah, gain of about 3 on that, second down and 7.
Yeah, and Marchesano will be one of the lightest guys on the chart here, I think, when we were looking at the weights earlier on in the season. And kind of a nice, smaller back that you can hit because, they may not immediately think you're going to go to him. And, great job here. So a tight end, and we're sending Sinos in motion here, too. We're going to find Lord Anto, who's going to pull this one in, stretches it out here.
It's the extra. So it is, that's why the ball was fumbled.
All right. Which is, unless you've got mitts that are going to wrap around that thing, that little stretch is going to cost you here. So this will be a 1st and 10 now, turnover on downs. St. Clair's
I was
out.
wondering why there was guys firing in there like late. It's like, didn't feel like that type of game.
I don't know if we see it in the replay here, but you just see him just stretch his arm out, right? And I think, he grabs it, but he grabs it on the way down, right there. Yeah,
okay.
He almost feeds it right into his chest. So here we go. So Gwinnett back at the helm here in a 2x3. We're sending 83 in motion across to make it a 3x2. 3 guys in motion. Gwinnett looking boundary. He's got his man, and his man is in the end zone, and I believe that's number 86. So 86 will be Andrew.
Penalty flags on that.
Andrew Walker. Is it? No, the flag's back at the 11-yard line.
Yeah, but it's celebration.
Okay.
It's taunting because you can't do that extra stuff in there.
Well, and it's usually explained to me as a coach too that it's you can't be pointing at your opponent while you're dancing or doing whatever it is, and that's what we just had. All right.
And a lot of times the coaches will tell you, like, look, just act classy, act like you've been there before.
Yep.
Hand the ball to the referee, line up and play the next play.
All right, so that's good for Mr. Lewis on the chip shot. So that's going to bring it up to 61-3 with 4 minutes and 36 seconds to go. And an Andrew Walker touchdown from Gwinnett to Walker here, Coach. And that was probably about 30 yards?
Yeah, about that. Yeah, we're going to say it was about 30.
Yeah. So it's
again, it's that defense that they play because they're counting on the 2 takes the low zone for that third man coming in, and they release him to the safety, and it's that ability for that safety to get over the top and that window. And St. Clair likes it. That's one of their bread and butter plays.
Yeah. Well, and you get finishing on our thought from earlier too, and on the referee side of things. We'll let this kickoff happen. And we'll pick up on that. That one looks like it's going to be fielded by Maraca. Oh, it bounces off his chest. And it's still going. And I think we've got a Hamilton guy on it right up here at about the 47-yard line. Okay. So here we go. So as we mentioned, these games don't happen without the refs. And it's actually really easy to get into reffing now because, not that it's ever been super hard, but you can go get your level 1 reffing right now, which lets you be a linesman, and you can do like London minor games or wherever your local community is. Get in on the high school games and things like that as well too. There's a little bit of cash in it for you, but at the same time, it just keeps this sport going. And
just for the record, though, nobody's retired.
No, yeah.
Nobody's
you
retired.
get a little beer money.
Reffing.
Is that
That's about it? You
Yeah,
get chicken wing and beer money on a Saturday
which
night.
Threaten me with a good time, Mr. Forward. A 2x2 for Hamilton. We got a man leaking out, and Robertson looks across the middle, and it's almost picked off by 32 of the Saints. Gets a hand on it. That's Preston Knight, I believe.
Yeah, it was intended for 85, but a little bit high. Coming on that long drag.
Yeah, so Marchesano coming across. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 for your Hamilton Hurricanes here on Canes TV. Adam Melrose and the coach Ron Forwarda with you. And we got about 3:23 left in this first half of action from Tim Hortons Field. Robertson's still hanging out here, Coach. We still got guys for Hamilton in here with Gormley still in the mix. Robbie Pereira still in the mix. Lord Anto at the boundary receiver position right now. And
so
back to that
a little bit heavier package here.
Yeah. Oh, and Robertson might just take this. Nope. He's going to try and get rid of it.
Good job.
And did they call that a catch?
Oh, yeah, he got under it.
So Robbie Pereira, that's either a first down or it's going to be 3rd and inches.
First down.
Did they signal it?
I thought he signaled
They're not
it.
moving it now.
Wow.
And they marked it. He was like right on that marker. I don't know why it's 1.5 yards away. I don't know if we get it here. Here it comes. You know what I mean? Like his butt's on the ground. Now because they walked away with the marker. Instead of just dropping it, he backed up so the angle right.
Yeah.
My geometry's fantastic, Coach.
It's literally right in front of us, though. We're talking about a right angle.
Yeah, true enough. Yeah, like I am. Let me step to the left. I'm right dead center of the field at this point.
So as a trainer is out there for St. Clair, for the St. Clair injured player, this is what I was saying to you earlier. You can't afford to have one of your big guns get injured long term here. So, if you've got players that need reps and everything else, you gotta get those regulars out.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's a coaching philosophy that you do or you don't. There's coaches who say, nope, this is what got me to the dance, and this is what we're doing, and that's fine. I don't agree with it. I don't disagree with it. I understand it. My philosophy has always been, it's like, okay, we're at a comfortable margin. Because you don't know when that guy has to be able to step up.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this before as well. How do you get better playing football?
Playing football.
By playing football.
Yeah.
So your 2s and your 3s, they've got to get better by playing football.
Well, absolutely right. And you're always okay. So that unfortunately is going to be a tackle well in the backfield here from the pressure coming. So
they had 6 blockers and 8 guys came.
Yeah. And for those following along at home too, from St. Clair, it was number 82, Jack Lewis, who was being looked after by the medical, walked out on his own power. So probably just got a little stinger, and he'll be back to work here shortly because he's kicking chip shots today as well too. But it was funny. We were chatting with the camera guys and Simon, the graphics guy on the way down too, that every once in a while you do put a 2 or a 3 in, and they just have a magical game. I put a 3rd string safety in a few years ago in a high school game, and the guy ran a ball back for like 60 yards on a pick. So it's just, you just never know. So we're going to hand this ball off to number 20 for St. Clair, takes it up the edge, gets pushed out of bounds by Hustle, and running the ball, new carrier here is Jesse Barella for the Saints.
See, but again, that's, I get the run your offense, and these guys are allowed to make plays. I don't begrudge that at all. I like the fact that you don't, like I said, heaven forbid Doyle Thompson goes down with a hamstring or an ankle injury or is winded or lands on the ball funny or something. you've got to give this guy carries in live action so he knows what it's like.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
You know what you've got as well.
Yeah, in Barella listed as number 3 running back. Great pressure in the backfield. We got 32 hustle, and I believe it's 46 or 4. No, it's 48 for the Canes as well.
Yep.
That's Spencer Gillies.
Yep.
Great job coming from the linebacker position and just keeping the pressure. Hey, we always say it here, Coach. Pressure creates problems, and there's a great example of it. So still with Barella in the backfield and Gwinnett. Couple new names we'll get you in a minute here too at the receiver position for St. Clair. Looking field side. Oh, it just falls out of the hands of 86.
Wow, and you had a block in the back there as well that the ref didn't have the flag out for that you very easily could have.
Yeah. Andrew Walker looking upfield before he pulled that one in, and that's probably I'm assuming punt team, maybe field goal team from here. The wind's
that's an off with the wind in your face. That's an awfully long kick.
With a 58-point lead, maybe try it.
No, I'm punting it.
Yeah, it looks like we got a punter ready to go. With no one on side.
No one's on side. Okay, so that was what I was looking for as well.
And that one, man, the wind
well,
right out of bounds, almost hits the sponsors.
Yeah, and that goes out about the 20-yard line. So they're moving it up. Okay, so they're saying the ball went out at the 27-yard line. That's why you can't kick field goals into that.
Yeah.
To that end zone. Your punt was a net 10. It's a net 10 on a punt.
That obviously we didn't. It's harder to see on camera, but that really just caught the wind.
It caught the wind and went completely sideways out of bounds. It's like because I was thinking, it's like, wow, that he got a lot of leg on that. And all of a sudden,
looked like a balloon.
It didn't go in. It just went. It almost hit the Tiger on the far side of the field.
There we go. We are going to give this to, I believe that's Marchesano was coming across in a little, what I would call orbit motion behind here, Coach. And
you're trying to run that orbit or that jet, and it's just there's no blocker out there, and you've got two guys coming clean, and that's just a recipe for not good things for the guy carrying the ball there.
Yeah. So, second and a bit.
I'm going to shore up some of this blocking, which has been an issue at times, and I get it. You're down to like your 7th or 8th offensive lineman out there as well.
Do you flip into like a double tight or a double wing look or something just to help in that respect? But obviously that limits you on who you can pass to.
But here's the problem is in obvious passing downs, they brought pressure, and you haven't had time to set your feet and throw the ball.
Yeah.
So how do you compensate that? Let's try to run the ball a little bit. Well, except for we're not blocking the right guy. The edge is 4 yards outside, and we're going to probably see a safety conceded here as well. I don't imagine this ball's going to be kicked with him standing at the 3-yard line. Although, the wind is at his back.
I was going to say, you do have the wind because here it comes again as we say it. But we'll see what Noel does. He was checking behind. He's also could just be waiting here for the clock to run down.
Okay, we did kick it. Number 10 with the reception.
Great job.
Good job downfield. Sinos downfield. 16's down there. 84, I think it is. 84 down on the tackle.
Yep. Well, let's talk strategy here for a second, too. The clock was running down. It was going to wind down to 0. There was enough time in the play clock. So, is another option here just wait till it zeroes out, take the snap, and take a knee?
Well, you could. I think what they were doing is they just wanted to get it to like 2 or 3 seconds left, kick the ball, and make a play downfield.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, that's going to conclude the first half of action here from the Hammer. Adam Melrose and the coach Ron Forward. It's a 61-3 affair here at the Hammer, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes. Thanks again for tuning in here on Canes TV, and we'll see you shortly. from our Hamilton Hurricanes
Yeah.
here on Canes TV. You know, some great, considering we've got second and third string guys in on offense, getting some valuable reps. You know, doing a really good job, and we're moving the ball, right? Have some mistakes been made? Absolutely. But our guys getting valuable playing reps? 100%. So
How do you correct an error? How do you, like, and this is a serious question as a coach.
yeah.
How do you correct an error? You put them in the situation to not repeat it.
Yeah.
Okay? And errors are going to happen. Mistakes are going to happen with young players. Doesn't matter if you think that you are, oh, I'm a veteran player. I played this game all along. Not at this level, you know.
Yeah.
Anytime you step up the level of competition, you're back to get used to the speed of the game, the terminology, the size of the players, you know, how quickly it moves. So errors are going to happen when you're playing a lot of, you know, younger, which is usually what backups are. They're usually younger players.
Yeah.
When you're playing those younger players, and mistakes are going to happen. How to succeed is, you made an error, you do what you got to do, but you put them in an opportunity to, you know, make a choice not to make that same error again. So I really like that Hamilton is sticking with the game plan of rolling with their 2s and 3s today.
Yeah, absolutely. So Morocco with a little bit of a fumble, makes a couple guys miss, runs into his own guy, had green pastures if we could have kept heading up the field. But, you know, hey, you know, we'll take the positive gain, and we'll keep rolling here. Looks like we've got our man Robertson running back out. Yes, we do. Big 1-7. Sinos in trail with him. And it looks like 5 in the mix for Hamilton as well, too. I mean,
Easy.
That's right. That's your kid, Ron.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what?
Talk about making
How do you
a mistake.
fix making mistakes? You screwed up. You got benched for the first half. Now you're getting to go back out and show that you belong on the field.
Okay.
Right?
Learn from your error and correct it.
Exactly. So here we go. A couple other guys out here wide with number 5 is Horncastle. And Robertson having a look. He's got hustle in his sights. Gives it. And it gets picked. That's going to be 31 Rome for the St. Clair Saints. Throwing into the sun.
Don't think he saw it. I really don't.
Maybe we'll get it on the replay
really
here.
High, kind of airmailed it.
Yeah. So now 23 is Hustle, who, man, if you even look at it there, look,
if he catches
all
it,
the sun. Yeah, that was going to be that's
was
a tough catch.
That was a.
If you see, you could just see it on the screen right now. There's, we're just getting the last bit of shadow on the field. Or I was going to say shade.
Yeah.
He caught the sun right on the edge there. Unfortunate play, and that's going to be a pick for number 31, Nicholas Malman, defensive back here for the St. Clair Saints, 6+1, and that will be
68.
3-68.
So again, it happens. Again, you put them in a spot. They're going to make errors. They're going to make mistakes. So let's come back and not make that same error again. That shows growth of a team.
Yes.
Okay. So again, you're trying to look at the positives. Well, you want to see growth from the players and the team.
Yeah, and we're here for senior night a couple weeks ago, and you're right. A lot of these seconds and thirds are guys in their second year maybe here at the Canes. These are going to be the future players of this team. So let's get some serious reps for them and give them a chance to get out on the field and play. All right, and this kick, nice deep kick here. This one's going back to Maraca.
Think so.
Gaga was on the other side. Absolutely. Maraca gets it up to a 30-yard line, and here comes the O. And
just waiting for the quarterback to come out here.
Yep, Robertson.
Yep, there he is. Okay.
Okay, so same fella. And we still got Marchesano at receiver. We got Ferwerda. We've got Hustle in the backfield.
Sinos is still in the backfield.
Yeah. And on the lines.
Lord Antone's out there. Number 10 still out there.
So, Adonis Aziri on the O-line. We've got Ty Gilmore on the O-line. I think there's a 75 out there as well, too. Dylan Gillespie out there on the O-line. Lord Anto to the bottom side of your screen with Marchesano. 2 guys in motion. We're going to give this one a hustle. We're going to fumble the exchange, and we're going to lose about 5 yards here.
So recovered by Hustle. Good hustle for that. Bum.
We haven't made that joke in a little while.
No, not for a day at least. So you're right. Loss of 4 on that. So it's going to be second down and 14 for the Canes. And again, it's just, that seems to be the shot game. You guys are going to make mistakes, but again, the best way to fix those errors from playing football is to play football, get reps.
I like it. Robertson rolling out to his right. He's got a
Good
man
catch.
downfield.
Turn up.
Sinos gets it.
There
drops
you go.
the shoulder. Gets himself a nice gain. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5
Out-of-way,
for the
Chico.
Hamilton Hurricanes. That's a nice run.
Okay, but talk about working on things and not giving up on things. That's a pass that he does not catch earlier in the season.
Right.
And he does a great job of watching it into his hands, securing the catch, and then getting upfield. And I like the finish. Get your shoulders nice and low and run through the contact. Good pass, good route, gain of 10. Next time maybe we do that leak on first down instead of 2nd and 14.
Yeah. So here comes punt team, Mr. Nold. Couple of stripes on side, nobody on side here. Snaps a bit low. Nold looked like he was going for the fire throw. Nold's just going to keep this one out. Gets it out. Yes, sir. Gets it to Horncastle. It's not going to be enough, but I like it. And I know Coach Ron likes him some option football.
I love me some option football.
So, curious.
Did they give him the first down?
Wow. Let's see it one more time, Steph, please.
Okay, but it's where the ball is.
So, but was this designed? Or is this just...
No, he bobbled the snap.
So he said, the heck with it, I'm going to try throwing it.
Yep. And then
gets it to Horncastle. Horncastle gets lit up, but...
he got the first down.
Absolutely. First down.
It's 68-3. He got the first down.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. As we're starting to get a little bit of a sun shower happening in here in Hamilton.
Yep.
Nothing we can't handle here at Canes TV. Going to give this ball to Hustle. Hustle's getting swallowed up in the backfield, so this will bring up about 2nd and 12.
Second down, lost good defensive pressure there. The O-line again, it's just they're getting beat right off the snap here, and it's just lack of reps, and you're down to like your 3rd and 4th string tackles at this point because they've lost a lot of guys through attrition and through injuries as the year has gone by. Offensive and defensive line depth is so difficult to maintain.
Absolutely.
At any level, never mind at this level.
2x3 with the wing. We got a couple other new guys. 62 on the O-line right now as Robertson has a look to the field. Again, Horncastle with his eyes in the sun. Pulls this one in.
There you go.
The first down, keeps rolling. Gets to the 50-yard line across center. Great play. Really nice play. I
like the fact that, watch this, there's some great blocking down here. Okay.
Yep. Looking for where to stick in his man.
Okay, he's a hothead. I will admit it. But what I will also call him out when he does something wrong. Jake is actually a really good blocker.
Yeah.
That's going back a couple of years ago when he was playing Y at the Junior Mustangs in London. We'd run the ball to the right when he was there. We would get an average of 4 yards a carry more from one side to the other, depending on what side he was on, just because of his blocking ability. He's a solid blocker.
2x2. Horncastle, Marchesano goes a long way for about 1.5 yards.
Yeah, that's the note to self as the offense coordinator. Maybe not run that one anymore.
Yeah,
we haven't had a lot of success doing that one.
Yeah, well, and you're talking about blocking receivers. Yourself, Gord Hart, who I've coached with, he's been a receiver coach for me for years. It's the first thing they say all the time is, if you don't block for me, we're not throwing to you. And it's a really good point because especially here in the Canadian game, we like to run that rock.
Well, I'll go over what I tell my receivers, back when I was coaching every year in a second here.
2x2 I formation, 2-minute motion. Robertson having a look to his left. He almost finds his man. Had him, and that's incomplete to Gago.
So, in an average game, high school level, say this level, let's keep it nice and even numbers, okay? Let's say you get 50 offensive plays. You have 2 running backs, 4 receivers. So, how many times are we going to pass the ball in a game? 20, say 25. We're going to be a balanced team.
Yep.
Okay, 25 times. how many times of you as a receiver are you getting the ball of those 25 times, whether there's 4 receivers on the field?
Yeah, no kidding.
So it comes down to, as we see a great punt here. I'll finish my
Well,
thought
the
in a
wind
second.
died just in time, too. So 14's got a hand on his bobbling it, though. He does get on it.
He does
so,
get it on about the 15,
yeah, Daniel
16-yard
Bambako
line.
struggling with that
Yeah.
one. Pressure coming, but does nail on it. Yeah, about the
So,
15.
Anyway, just to finish my thought
Yeah.
there. So that's 5 opportunities to catch the ball in a game. If we have an even distribution, a 50-50 mix of pass and run. 5 catches. So I now turn around and tell my receivers, that's great. If you want to be a receiver, that's wonderful. What are you going to do the other 45 plays on the field to be out there? What are you going to do? Because I'm not throwing to you 50 times a day, and if
Right.
all you want to do is catch the ball and run around and look pretty, I'm telling you, I will find someone that can do it better than you and will do it the right way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you better block.
Well, it looks like we still have got Gwinnett having a look boundary. That's a low throw intended for 14.
Yeah, pressure coming by the Hurricanes, middle linebacker. I think it was number 32 was bringing the pressure.
Yeah, so 32, we've said his name a couple times today. That's Sean Hustle.
Yeah.
Clock's winding, and considering we're at 6:40 already, Coach, I'm assuming they did elect to go run time here in the second half.
Yeah, well, it's the incomplete pass, and the clock is still running.
Yeah, like they're right away. So 3-by-2 set here for St. Clair. Gwinnett sending 2 guys in motion, jet across. They're going to give it to the second man, who gets right behind number 63.
There's
His
a hold on
lineman.
the edge, but this time, good job, Kate.
Great job here. We
Hustle.
got
Good hustle.
18 in on the
32.
tackle. Auger, we got Hustle in on the
19
tackle.
was
If
in
you
there.
watch it here too, though, can't run it. Look at this. 63 is
Literally
it's
ran
a, it's
into
a
his own
wall you
man.
need for pass pro, but you definitely don't want to run into his back. So that's going to bring out the punt team
With the wind at their back.
for St. Clair, who I don't know that we've seen a whole
Yeah, it's
lot.
their second
Second
punt.
time, yeah.
This will be their second punt. So we didn't see it the first time that they that often, That's for sure. Now, does St. Clair consider giving up the safety here? If you're playing the field position game, and you're playing it smart.
Yeah, but you do have the
give it up.
wind. Nope, we're punting this. So wind carries that one nicely to about midfield. Lord Anto almost loses it. The ball
Does
is
lose it.
loose, and Gago dives on it and saves this one. So we're going to play from about our 50-yard line here for the Canes.
It's still really good field position out there for the Canes, but good job of flipping the field. That's a 60-yard punt.
Yeah.
Net yards on that after that kick.
Absolutely. So back to work are the Hamilton Hurricanes. 1st and 10 from the 50. Live here from Tim Hortons Field, the Hammer, if you will, Coach, home of the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Having a bit of a struggling season themselves this year.
Now, you were here Friday night watching the game.
Yeah, watching the Bombers kind of light them up a little bit here. So, but I was here with Bombers fans, so
That makes it all better.
Yeah, it was kind of scary though. We're a little outnumbered. Hustle leaking out. Robertson evades it. He's got to get rid of it. It does throw it away finally.
So it's out of the pocket. Okay, that's good.
So
when you scramble drill, and again, this is talk about young receivers and stuff. Scramble drill. If are you supposed to? The quarterback's rolling out there. Someone's got to present themselves. Someone's got to
Right.
present themselves on that. So on that scramble drill.
So it's, I have to say, we obviously, I think we saw Robertson maybe come in for a couple of plays in some of the other games, but
Yeah.
He's definitely settled in. Here we are with 4.5 left in the third quarter. But he's pressure coming all day, and he's still looking downfield, doing his job, making his reads. And this one might be picked. Nope, that's going to be incomplete. Wow. So I believe it was Horncastle was the target, but 37 got a hand on it. Braden Starrett for the St. Clair Saints here.
It should have been picked. It should have been picked.
Yeah, I think Horncastle got it. He just had enough of his hands still in there.
He does a good job of knocking that away.
Yeah, and I think returning for St. Clair, it's 14 and 10. So we've got Bumbaka and Colhoun.
Bumbaka has already taken one to the house today.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's kick it left. And we do. And this is Colhoun underneath it. Oh, no, that's 80. Check that. Sorry. He's brought down by...
Okay, good coverage. Yeah, see,
oh.
this is the crap. He's going after the kicker. You're turning around, looking around. That's a business decision by 38 for St. Clair. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that. And this is going to be a 15-yarder against St. Clair.
Yeah. So 3.5. We're going to be moving the chains. We
see
got a man down.
Yeah, we got a man down up top. See, this is what I talk about when you're doing composure and stuff like that. As you can see, normally you would have had the ball at the 40-yard line. You're going to be now like about the 22-yard line here by the time it's done.
Yeah, and it's just we just want to maintain a little bit of comportment here, Coach, as the game rolls on. Obviously, big man coming off. It was 94 or 84. I think that's Gormley coming off under his own power, jogging it off. So got a little popper, got stuck in the mix. There was a few bodies in that. But do we see – so you're saying there was somebody going after the kicker? Can we see the replay one more time while we're waiting on this?
And so somebody went after the kicker, okay? We don't see it, but at the very end here –
Oh, off camera.
Yeah, it's off camera.
Okay.
There was and knocked the kicker's helmet off.
Right.
So it's like no. That's and then he's talking to him as he's walking off the field.
Well, Gwinnett under center for a 2x3 look here. We're going to give it to our back, number 36. It's just going to get to the outside, keeps his legs pumping, about an 8-yard gain. And 36 for St. Clair is Gage Blasco.
Is it 36 or 38?
So listed in.
It is. It's. You were right.
Yeah, who's listed as fullback here, but we were in a bit of a different look, and the first time we've seen Gwinnett under center today. So 2nd and inches.
Yeah, 2nd and about 1 there.
Yeah, they got it right on the marker. Like I don't know how this isn't a first down. So we'll give this one back to Blasco again. He keeps his feet moving. Gets about a 5-yard gain and is brought down. I believe number 50 is in the mix there for the tackle. So is number 48 for Hamilton. So Gillies and McPherson on the tackle. First down, Saints. 2:32.
So interesting that they're going under center again. Just trying to put some different things on tape to make the other teams prepare for. Now they're back in the pistol formation. They're 3x2.
Here we go. Gwinnett having a look. Oh, that one might have bounced off the deck. Incomplete pass here for St. Clair. So 2nd and 10.
So again, you're in that zone, and you've only got 2 guys out there. So eventually, every zone turns into a man, okay? Or at least it should in theory. You're still being +1 every time. You roll that back out there, then the linebacker flows, but you still have 3 blockers. And no one's got the man, so you gotta bump that third guy out there.
I was gonna say even here,
here it is again.
You had
fumble
on it.
And
51's on it. 51 is on it, and that is Ben McLeish.
It is
at first down. Canes. They got lucky there because they had 3 men. The safety was rolling over, but they're playing loose on the first 2 men.
Yep.
Safety's probably manned up on 3, or he's coming over top. And absolutely was just not in good shape if the pass was completed. So,
no, well, that's the thing. Like they're just being outflanked and they're being outmanned at the point of attack. They're so worried about the inside run that they're giving up the outside, and it's how they've been hurt all year is with that seam pass. If you don't roll that safety over quick enough, you're in a lot of trouble.
Well, and there's a lot of people watching a lot of film, right? And those are those wee little things or big things that you're looking for in most cases. But, hey, let's bring out the Canes. Let's go back to work. Let's give Robertson a chance to shine here. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. Horncastle and Marchesano up top. Lord, Anto, and Forward at the bottom of your screen. He's got Marchesano gets up.
What a great catch.
First down.
What
Canes.
A great catch.
Awesome catch. Awesome catch.
High point the ball.
In double cover, too.
And I'm just looking at the sidelines. Luka Jones, who isn't dressed today, is very excited about that, running up and down.
I got him right here.
The sidelines. He's so excited he blew his shoe. So there's Luka. Again, dangerous receiver and everything else, but
In
just
double cover,
double coverage,
absolutely.
high point the ball.
as one of the shortest receivers on the field right now, too. Gets up and makes a play. Great job, Marchesano. First and goal from the 8-yard line here, Coach. Let's go to work. Robertson got hustle in the backfield. Robertson looking field sign. He's rolling out to his right. He's got his man. Turn around, cut it up.
Cut it
He's got a
in.
blocker.
Touchdown!
Marchesano, let him finish it, Coach. Let him finish it.
Marchesano, great job. High pointing that ball. And again, let the man who went up there and did the dirty work finish the meal. I love the cut there, the heads up awareness. Stick your foot in the ground and get up. And
Who's
look
got
at
the lead?
Jones running down there.
Who's got the lead block for him here? Boom, just comes in. Hustle. Hustle nails that for him.
23. That's a great block.
You're buying that man a beer after the game.
Or a chicken wing.
Or yeah, whatever.
Well, chicken wings for us, beers for them.
Nice. Things are getting exciting here right at the end of the third quarter here, Coach.
Very happy for that young man. He you know what? All year we watch, we watch a lot of players here and there.
That's good.
It was good. All right.
10 to 68 here, Coach.
And that was the last play of the third quarter. On top of that, so we've watched a lot of guys, and there's some players that their effort, their enthusiasm, the work that they put into it, really stand out. Like to someone like me, hey, look, when you got a collection of guys that St. Clair has, it's easy to coach that team.
Yeah.
Okay, winning covers up a lot of things that that personalities and different things can cover up. What you see on teams that don't win a lot, and you look at those players and those core players, and Marchesano is one. The other guy, that the running back, what the heck's his name? He's not dressed tonight. But he's
I'll get you in a second here, sir. I was just helping on the camera.
I want to say 88, was it?
So we've got Gianluca Maraca. Oh, you're thinking Mischione, maybe? Yeah, 33.
Mischione,
Yeah.
Yeah, you see guys like that absolutely putting it out there every single week. Those are the guys you want. Those are the guys that you want to go to battle with. And the fact that these guys are down 68-10 and still battling, that shows the character of the gentleman.
Oh, yeah. Let you know what you're dealing with next year.
Big hit!
Yeah, let's go.
Hustle!
Andrew Walker on the return. Hustle coming in. There's an example of a guy who's not ready to go home.
Yeah.
Really having a great day and putting in the work. And I believe is a sophomore here. Second year, maybe third year.
I think it's third year. I think it's their third year.
So should be good for at least one more. And, hey, if that's what we're seeing, the work we're getting out of Hustle this year, let's just, let's get him back next year and put him right back to work. All right. So, Saints back to work on offense. 3 to the bottom of your screen, 2 up top.
Again, not rolling it over. So you got to have a linebacker or someone stepping out.
New numbers. Gwinnett looking across the middle, launches this one. 83 goes through his fingers. And that's going to be Dominic McKessie. And good coverage here from the Canes. Tiffany just trailing there, so maybe let's keep our eyes on our man a bit more. But, decent job.
Yeah, so it's just it's that zone concept, and I know with the zone you always have a hole here and there, especially when you're flashing multiple guys going vertical. But so often I don't know if the communication is perfect. And again, these are guys who are now you've pretty much gone man across. Someone has to take that back.
Empties out. We're going to connect with 14. 14 makes a man miss. Is finally brought down by 97. Nice tackle. Trevor Harrington on the reception there is Bumbako. And that's going to be, I think, just shy, a couple yards shy.
It's going to be the 29-yard line. So third down and about 2. Offense is staying out for St. Clair. Sure, why not?
Yep. Well, do we bring in, one of our backs here and just let him run it? Is Doyle Marshall, is Barella going to just truck this one middle?
No, those guys I think that have got their shoulder pads off at this point in the game.
Yeah.
You don't.
Well, you got Big Ben Mancuso, 79 for Hamilton. I'm sure not running it at him.
Yeah, 20 is in the backfield right now, so unless
that's
it's a
Barella.
keep, inside
So,
handoff to 36, first down.
So 36, who we saw earlier, is Gage Blasco listed on
Yeah.
the depth chart as fullback.
And he was lined up at the fullback position. It was that offset, and he's more of that speed fullback. That it's almost like that old pro style split offense, but with the offset, with that offset power eye that you see more and more. Same formation right now, so that's that offset. So what you're doing is you're getting that crosser, that cross action coming across.
2-minute motion. We're going to give it right back to him. He's able to break this one to the outside. Now this is Barella. Check that. Who hurdles his man across center field, and that'll be enough to move the chains here for the Saints. I thought Tiffany was going to be down. Nope, he's good to go. And
well, they had him. They had him in the backfield, and it's just not wrapping up.
Yeah.
And I get it. The guys are excited out there. I'm telling you guys, do not leave your feet in a play because.
Well, don't leave your feet. Also, if you're going in to make a tackle, get your eyes up. You have to be able to look through the boards. You got to work through the legs. If you're staring at the grass, you can't see anything. There's more to that saying, which we won't say on this. But 11 coming across in motion here for the Saints, making it a 3-by-1. 2 men in the backfield with Gwinnett. Snaps good. Gwinnett looking boundary. He's going to find Andrew Walker. Andrew Walker gets held up by Tiffany. And 25 coming in to help on that too. So that's Luke Todoric. And Andrew Walker appears to be down. Trainer coming.
And this is. We've got an injury timeout here, so the clock will stop at this point.
Yeah, I was going to say it's running. So we're hoping for the best here for the gentlemen.
This is. I saw it, and I'm not going to say on air, but I wish that young man all the best. That's not what you want to happen at this point of the game, at this point of the season. But this is exactly what I was talking about.
Right.
This is exactly, you don't know when something bad's going to happen and put you in a position of liability. And now this young man is not, he's not going to be playing the rest of today. That's for darn sure.
Yeah. So, well, and certainly, you know what? A great crowd here at the Hammer today. We've got a big crowd who showed up from St. Clair, made the trip down, and hats off to them. And if you're watching at home on CJFL TV, thanks for joining us. Adam Melrose and the coach Ron Forwardo as we get a 2-by-2 set. We're going to give this one back to Barella. Barella's going to take this one field side, makes a bunch of men miss. He's got Tiffany who can dive and make this play, and Tiffany in trail. Barella to the house. Will be another touchdown for the St. Clair Saints.
So since the beginning of the third quarter, that was their first one. Now I get it. The dog's been called off, and you've got different guys in. But again, they had him in the backfield. St. Clair's offensive line deserves a lot of credit because there's no help coming from the linebackers.
Right.
And they're just doing a good job of fundamental power football, and it's across the board. So a really good job there, and barring the extra point, snap is down, the kick is away. It is good. 11-4.
That ball heads into the beer garden here at the Hammer, and that's going to make it 75-10. So, yeah, you're right. Really, the last points from St. Clair coming from the pick from Malman to make it 3-68. And then, of course, we saw, Marchesano with the nice grab and to make it 10-68. So we're 75-10 here, 11:04 left on the clock. And curious if we can get that. Yes, we can. I got the ball spotted here, Coach. Now it's way over in the beer garden. Yeah, right here is with the remnants of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers game from the other night. So I'm sure they'll be sending somebody to go get that one here shortly. So, well, here we go. Saints back on kickoff here, Coach.
Same returners? Yep, same returners in there.
Yep, got Gago. We got Maraca. And here we go. Yeah, ball's up. Looks like Gago. And Gago's going to just take it straight up the field. Nice job. Gets brought down at about the 35, and here come the Canes.
So, Canes are back out on offense here. 17's gone all the way. At Q, few little mentor errors here and there, but again, just the growing pains of his first start in the CJFL.
Yep, but I said it every time Robertson's taken the field. I've been really impressed. St. Clair's sending the hounds.
Yeah,
and,
they are. They're
he-
not hiding it.
He's taken a few licks today and is still, upright. So that works. So, hey, let's give this one to Hustle. Hustle's going to get a couple of yards, and we'll bring up 2nd and 8. So there's Hustle again. Great motor.
Yeah, the kid's all heart. Works his butt off, practice, and it's just a gamer.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what the score is. Like between the two of them, Charlie and Ben, those guys are going to sell out, and they're going to give it everything that you've got. Same 2x2 set with the I formation.
Pereira on the move, but Robertson's going to roll out to his right side. He's looking boundary. Almost gets picked, but he still pulls this one in. Was he in bounds?
It's the deflection. It was off the deflection. It's definitely caught.
It's Sinos if they called it a catch.
Sinos caught it.
It's Sinos, yeah, because it bounces. Right.
He caught it.
Man,
got lit up.
Sino eats this in the bucket, but we're going to call this one first down, and Hamilton lives to see another set of downs.
I don't think it's that Sinos caught it as much as it reacted to him, and he was in the right place at the wrong time.
It hit him in the chest for the catch me button, and his hands closed on it, and we're going to keep moving. So, Robertson. I'm
going to have a conversation with him after this game. Man.
Sinos in the wing. Coming across in motion, 2 men in motion now. Robertson hits Horncastle. Horncastle gets it across the line of scrimmage and will get himself a couple of yards here too. So
a gain of about 4 on that, just that step off screen. And I like that. Let's get the ball wide.
Yeah. And we're throwing right into the sun again. Yep. And the guys down here in the shade are like, we're over here. We can see the thing. If you don't mind, flipping your hips here, Robertson.
Yeah.
But hey, we'll take it. 2nd and 7. And the Canes back to work.
It's like we've seen some funky things happen during the year and everything else here. Our first year broadcasting out of the Hammer, and really enjoyed ourselves. But that deflection catch, that was pretty good.
Let's give it to Robbie Pereira coming across the back. Now he's getting good blocks, but Hugo gets off of this one. When he gets hit just a touch late. The linesman, number 23, is not going to call it. And we had really good blocking here right now. We just got to keep moving. I think is that Siderius? No, it's Gago, 86.
Okay.
So,
but you also you can't. 2 things. Okay, I don't mind the play. Mm-hmm. I've run a jet, a couple times in my life. Number 1, you better finish the block. Number 2, it's 75-10. Don't be pointing it's a first down. Okay, stop that crap. Stop it right now.
Yep. Hustle up the middle again here too.
Because our buddy Mr. Hustle just paid the price for you doing that little point.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. So, still in the mix here, Hustle was, and just pumping his feet. 2nd and 10 now because no gain on that. No loss either. That will take it.
Maybe come back to that H under.
I liked it,
off a slice. If you've got something where you do that runoff and you get the H going into the flats here, I'd look for something like that right about now.
Yeah, well, there's so much pressure up the middle here too with Vidak and Burt for St. Clair, 99 and 97 here, who are just the middle doesn't exist. 3-by-1. Do we look for the ISO man? No, we're going to send this up top.
H flat,
just over Sinos. Sinos again looking back, and it's just nothing but sunlight. They're right on that line.
I know. It's I like the call. I would have liked him to complete it, but it was I actually like that call in that situation like that. That's kind of what you got to go with. So we see the Hurricanes bring the punt formation of the punt team out there.
Tyler Nold has seen some field time this year for sure.
Yep, he's a very, very talented kicker, and he punts the ball too.
Absolutely. All right, here we go. Snap's good. Tyler gets rid of it.
Good punt.
This one's coming back, and it's going to be fielded by number 85 for the St. Clair Saints, brought down by Ben Hustle.
Hustle, 84 is down there.
Deshaun Johnson
10,
on the return.
Lord Anton, 32's in there.
I'll take anytime you get a running back on specials, just down there putting the work in. I like it. And the receivers, right? Like a guy like Lord Anto and the rest of them.
Yeah. But again, the one thing I will say, and as I'm watching it coming across, and I'm critical of what teams do it to the other, like when visiting teams do it, don't talk to the other bench. Okay?
Yeah.
Look at the scoreboard, be quiet, get to where you're supposed to be, because you're supposed to meet afterwards when you're coming off.
Yep.
Get to where you're supposed to be. Stay focused.
3-by-2 set here for St. Clair. 83 coming across the motion.
New
We're gonna
quarterback
go right up
in.
the middle. New quarterback. We got 30 running the ball for the Saints. And he's going to be brought down by 1, 2, 3 of your Hamilton Hurricanes. 97 in the mix. We said his name earlier, too, Trevor Harrington.
Yep.
And now we had 30, which is Rome Erotaway for the St. Clair Saints.
And then number 12 is not quarterback for the Saints as well.
Number 12 is Owen Malott Bennett, who's not even listed as a quarterback on the check that he is behind Gwinnett. So Malott
I would imagine it's just another inside handoff
with
here.
Rome behind him is going to give it to Rome. Rome's going to take this right up the middle and get a first down and a healthy about 17 more yards.
Yeah, and it's just a power off tackle. They bring the extra guy in there. Good blocking, good wall surge by the Saints, and untouched till he was 10 yards downfield.
Yep, 4 1/4 left on the clock. Is like you said, our new quarterback Owen Malott Bennett up at the helm with this man Rome in behind him, and we're in a 2-by-3 set here on the receiver side of things for St. Clair. 2 to the bottom of your screen. 3 guys in motion. And Malott's having a look, but this one gets whistled down quickly with a flag from the linesman up by the downs markers.
Yeah, pretty much the entire team jumped from Hamilton, and you wonder why. It's why I think the center moved the ball. So it's procedure called against St. Clair. It's a 5-yard penalty, and we're going to repeat the first down. Again, Adam, we our last broadcast of the year up in Hamilton, it's been great for us coming up here this year. We appreciate their Hurricanes organization for giving us the opportunity. We hope that you guys have enjoyed watching us or listening to us. Sometimes it's better to not see us.
Yeah,
just
there
to
you
hear
go.
us.
Well, and 11 with a little step off here, Coach. I think a flag flew midfield, but a connection to
there
John
is a flag
Baya
down there. So again, John Baya, is a former Hamilton Hurricane, holding call against against St. Clair. So this is coming back. It wouldn't have counted anyway.
Yeah. Well, to finish on your thought here, too, as they're kind of resetting all of this, this has been great. We had a chance to work with the London Beefeaters organization for a good long time. Mike Samuel here from Hamilton got a hold of the Annan family and said, well, who are these crazy guys doing your games from the sideline in London? And gave us a chance to come out here in Hamilton and really have a lot of fun. This is a great spot to broadcast from.
Oh, yeah.
These games have been so exciting, and it's nice being up here on the concourse level in Section 105.
Yep.
And catching some great football. So here we go. Let's go back to work. 3:23 on the clock. It's still winding down. We're in a runtime second half right now with Owen Malott Bennett and Rome in behind him. Oh, I think a little miscue, and we're going to get a sack here for number 92 of your Hurricanes, Tayon Corcho. I think we meant to just pivot to the left here, Coach, but we went to the right, and that's not where Rome was. So a little miscue here.
Well, and again, that's one of those situations where it's like, look, this is what happens when you get different players to different positions. It's just for the record, it's second and a lot.
Yeah, it is. It is second now, right?
I just saw that up on the screen. It's like producer Stephanie doing a great job, and again, Simon Cantor
we got to bug
doing
this.
her stats. Lost toss play here to number 22.
22 is going to get this
Hold
one to the edge. And, man, the flag comes a-flying. And it was 20-something on defense that came in, but he's holding his shoulder. That doesn't look great.
See, everyone's hooting and hollering about that, except for it's going back. It's going way back again because it was a hold.
Yeah. Yeah, holding St. Clair declined.
Yeah, that's because
Holding
it's
St.
now
Clair.
it's third down.
Yeah.
Now it's third down in St. Clair, and third and a lot is going to punt here.
Well, so it's all right. So we got a little bit of just a little back and forth, and I think everybody just dealing with it now. Okay, perfect. So back on our feet is number 28, which is Gianluca Maraca. Oh no, it's 29.
Yeah, 29.
So Matt Wedler. I was like, when did Maraca go play defense? All right. So now.
So the punt team is now coming out here for.
So I mean, your thoughts on this? It was what, second and forever, and could have had a holding, which would have been 10 more yards back, right? So it would have been third and forever. So
Yeah.
why decline it? Why don't you make them punt from back there?
Because if you decline the penalty, the down counts.
Oh,
and
so
they're
it rolls.
pounding it.
Ooh, okay. Now this one we got on it, but it bounced off the deck here. Coach Ron's 15 yards of success says catch it in the air.
Yep.
And I don't know that we had the halo. Yes, we did.
Yeah. But there's
well,
catching
not
it.
really, because it bounces and they're within 3, but no flag, and we're going to play from minute 50 left here on the clock, which they'll probably wind in as soon as everybody gets sort of set here.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, it's kind of neat that, obviously
The new quarterback in? Yes,
could
new quarterback
be.
in.
So Andrew Golub is it 19? Yes,
Yep.
it is. Hands it off to his man, gets it up the middle, and it's hustle, just hustling out there, and clock's running. So Golub coming in for his first snap of the game.
And again, these are important reps. Heaven forbid you need it. When your starting quarterback plays next week and you're starting offense, but at least he's now taking snaps in game situations.
Yeah.
So this is why some coaches will run time, some coaches won't.
So Golub's going to roll out to his right side. He's got a man coming in. 51 tackles him pretty much as he releases. No flag, but it looks like the White Hat's giving him a bit of a talking to Shane Nelson here, and was looking for, I think, Horncastle.
Yeah.
But it's just a little low.
Quick 2 and out there as we're going to see a punt coming.
Minute 6 on the clock here. We were saying earlier too, a lot of the starters here getting not even dressed today. They're over there. It's why we saw Luka Jones losing his mind with Marchesano having a great series, and it's fantastic to see these guys have been on their feet the entire time. And really, even that bench down there has been pretty empty most of the game. Everybody's on their feet. The body language is still there.
Yeah.
Nobody's just laying down. And really fantastic. So Nold is going to punt this one away with 40 seconds counting down on the clock. 80 on the reception. Bobbles it a little bit.
Yeah, 15
gets it
yard,
back.
no yards penalty, though.
Yeah, and we're going to take him to the ground. And that's Ben Hustle. Brought him to the ground, who got himself a little bit of a headbutt from number 80 after everything went down there. Keone Elliott.
So the referees don't want this to get out of hand, and no one has gotten themselves kicked out of the next game.
And what's the classy move right now? Take a knee, right? There's 27 seconds left. But do we think that's coming?
No,
absolutely
not. I believe that they're going to run a play, and I believe they're going to hand the ball off. I would like to see them do it. Prove me wrong. I don't understand why the ball's way up there because the penalty was against Hamilton. I'm not sure how. But
so, I mean, Hustle, I don't know if we still have it on the replay. They're about to run the play anyways.
they're going under.
Okay, so it is victory.
Yeah.
Hustle has him for a minute here if you watch it on the replay. Once he gets him, like he's kind of running him like he's got him by the one leg. So I don't know if it was just but the flag's down already there.
Yeah, but it was the 15 yards, no yards call.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Okay. Well, so Ron, a 75-10 finish here. Hats off to Hamilton for putting some, the same amount of points on the board as the Sooners did last week.
Yeah.
Right? More than the Sooners did the prior meetup at 47-7.
I'll go one up for you. It's more than the Beefeaters put on them in St. Clair a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely. It's a different occasion, 68-0. So hats off to the Hamilton team, their 8th game and last home game of the season. Obviously going to be going on the road now.
To the nation's capital next
Yep.
Saturday. We assume it's going to be Saturday, but that's a long bus ride on a long weekend. But again, just to the Hurricanes organization, thank you very much for having us here. We've really enjoyed it. There's been a lot of positives out of this season. This is our last home game there. We can kind of say our closing remarks on the season. This was a young team. This was a very, very young team, and they've battled injury, they've battled adversity, and I think in the last couple of weeks it's a little bit late, but I think they might have found a voice and a direction for what they're doing. They got a big win in GTA. They played that Ottawa team here. I think it was 3 weeks ago, and that was, like I said, that score was 20-2. That was not a 28-2 game.
Right.
That was a much closer game than we thought it was. Well, no, not that we thought, but than what had been shown to that point. And I really liked that game. Is kind of where I looked at it when I said, "There's something here now." So building that, take it on the road next week, pull off an upset, and then get to play these guys again in maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, same thing on the closing remarks. A tough game, but never did Hamilton take their foot off the gas in this game. It was just composure and quality play from the beginning to the end. A few rough spots, right?
Okay.
A couple of flags.
But a growth. We called a game 2 weeks, like a month ago, against Quinty, where Hamilton took 285 yards of penalties, 39 penalties. I think there was like 4 today.
Yeah. It's definitely
the steps of growth. That's what you look for in a young team.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, there's so much support behind this program. I mean, on the far side, you can see it on the broadcast right now. Those are all sponsor logos. Those are people in the area that support this team. We talked about it in all the other broadcasts too. This is a team that does a lot of local volunteering. They've won awards at the CJFL level, both for the team and individual player level. And just I think a great showing today. Just regardless of the score, I think Hamilton played fantastic. It's been a pleasure to follow them on their journey on the home games this year. Hopefully, we're back again next year. If anybody watching the stream right now, any feedback you have, please send that along to the Hamilton team. We're always looking to better the broadcast.
Positive feedback.
I'll take either. Only send positive for Ron. He's the godfather of local sports here, but we don't want to send him anything negative. So anyways, you know what? We'll wrap it up from there. From the Hammer, it's been a beautiful day. So we want to thank Simon on graphics and score, Lawson on camera, Stephanie on the production side of things, Ron on color commentary. I'm Adam Melrose on play-by-play. We appreciate you, and we'll see you back here at the Hammer next season.